Hey, you. I bet you don't know this. This time, 5 years ago, just a few days ago, 5 years ago, I had just lost my youngest brother at 31 and my dad at 57, 7 days apart. I remember thinking that it was probably the most difficult thing that I would ever experience in my life. And then here comes COVID-19. I say that because there's something that I really distinctly remember about losing my father, especially because I was out of town. And by the time I returned, not only had he died, but the whole identifying the body and cremation process had already been done as well. And so I remember, just thinking that because of that process, I never really processed the death. I never really completely accepted it. It reminds me of the overwhelming process that so many people right now are going through because they have loved ones who are like literally dying alone. And the process of identifying and having the proper burials or the proper processes for people to grieve is shaken by so many deaths. And I just relate. I relate. Can imagine what so many people are feeling right now. Hey, I want to pray with you. Most powerful God of this universe, we call you by your name, Jehovah, because people will know that your name is Jehovah. These aren't demands that we're making of you. It's already been, it is your first nature to save us. We want to see, God, what you see. We want to rest, God. We really want to rest. We come directly to you because you don't provide masks and ventilators. You don't provide distorted facts and rumors. You provide us with healing, and you provide us with the truth. Matthew, your servant, did warn us that 2 men would be in the field, or that 2 women would be in the mill, and one would be taken while the other still remains. Just don't allow us to remain lost. We call out to you that we acknowledge your sacrifice and accept that you alone are the one who can save us. You led Paul to write that when Christ is in you, even though your body may be subject to death because of sin, that the Spirit gives life because of righteousness. We are thankful for the hope We are thankful that you have wiped away death forever for those who believe. We have in your power full reign over death, over this virus, and over the feelings of separation. We have zero doubt that you hear us. We're just anxious. And we're thankful that you receive us, that you hear us, and that you hug us by just listening. Just by listening, it expresses to us that we don't need to fear, that we don't need to panic, that we don't need to worry. But in all things, we just need to trust. We just need to trust you. Amen. Hey, look, I don't know what you going through. I know that death is going to affect a lot of people in a short period of time, in a way that most people don't usually experience the grieving process. But what I also know is that the spirit of my brother, the spirit of my dad, the spirit of my grandfather, my grandmother, the spirits are alive. They're alive in me. They're alive in so many people that they met, that they influenced. And so while in the human experience, we tend to really hold on to the fleshly design. But remember that we are humans having a very spiritual experience. And because of that, we have power over death. Because for those of us that remain, the spirits are so alive. And so I use that every day so that I can cope. And I hope that it helps others to cope. You know, some of us have never given thought to the sacrifice that was made for our life. Today is a good day. Today is a really good day to sit down and to say to yourself, you know what? I accept the sacrifice that Jesus made so that I could be free from sin and death. So that death has no reign over my body. Because forever, my spirit will be alive. Today is a good day. I really wrap my arms around any and all who are suffering the plague of sin and death and sickness at this very moment. But know that healing is already done. Thank you.